Hello and welcome to James Hill Sports. It is time for HBCU football. We are joined by a special guest, and he is the head football coach of Virginia University at Lynchburg. I'm talking about Coach Tim Newman. And Coach, first and foremost, I hope you, your family, and those gentlemen on campus who are wearing shoulder pads are well. How are you guys doing today, sir?
It's been a long week for us. We got a ball game Thursday night, so our kids are doing well. We're trying to blend. So like I said, it seems like a long week. We are playing Thursday night, but things are going well. Our team is meshing together. Got a lot of young kids and got some transfers and some returners, but we're doing well. I think we're at the point we need to be at right now.
Coach Newman, you shared with me, and I shared it with everybody across America last week. The young gentleman, Mr. C.J. Brooks, is the starting cornerback. Can you take us through your starting lineup offensively and defensively, what you would like people to know about this year's Dragons football team?
Uh, Hill, you're going in and out. Can't really hear you. I think you mentioned the young kid, the quarterback we have, the Brooks kid. He's doing real well.
Coach, can you share with us your starting lineup that you will put on the field to open up the season? Can you hear me now?
I can't really hear you.
Can you hear me now,
Well, right
Coach?
now,
Can you hear
right
me?
now, James, James, right now I can barely hear you, but we're starting Cephas, Salo Cephas at wide receiver. We're gonna start Josh Gray in the inside slot. We're gonna also have Sincere Clark playing as well on the outside. And that number four spot right now, I'm just not really sure where we're gonna be playing there. At that, our quarterback's gonna be Brooks. I think Torrey Wallace is gonna be our tailback. We got a young offensive line, got a great kid, Brown. Ice Brown out of Miami center. He's a great player, big kid. I think he's going to do a great job there. We got Dylan Porter playing the left tackle spot, and then I think some other spots right now. I can't be fully sure what some other kids going to play, but right now I know those are the starters for us as far as what I know, as far as for the upcoming Thursday night game. On defense, we're gonna be a lot of transfers and JUCOs over there. So just can't right off give you everybody's name over there, but got a great safety, a kid out of Alabama we got over there. Can you still hear me? Okay, so and we got a great kicking game coming. Got two young freshmen coming in can kick the ball really well. So we're just excited about Thursday night football game for us. So we should be okay as far as on our lineup. We got a young guy quarterback, great gunslinger. Got some veteran receivers doing a good job for us. Got a great center, a young center, gonna do a good job for us, I think. Little kid got out of Miami, does a tremendous job. Not a little, big kid out of Miami. So we're excited about that.
Coach, obviously, this is an exciting time at VUL for college football and the direction the Dragons are going in. Can you just talk about your program and everything that's going on this preseason?
Well, the biggest thing that we didn't have spring football, so it hurt us a little bit, but I think training camp has been real good for us. We brought our kids in on around the 30th of July, and we worked hard up until this point here now. Um, Things are going real well. We're working hard offensively and defensively. We're still blending and still getting things done. Offensively, a lot of young guys in key areas, but do have some veteran guys to be able to level that out. Defensively, we have a whole new defense. So I'm really excited about the defense and what they're doing and what Coach Smith's doing on there with our defense. But, as far as we're super excited, it's a brand new season. It's my first recruiting class. Last year, we were able to bring in some young kids, but this year is my class in here. And I'm excited about how we did as far as recruiting this past season. And I think, Thursday night would be a good chance to see just how good we did. We didn't get everybody we wanted, but we got pretty much some kids that we did want. So we're excited, what this season is going to be and how good we think we'll be defensively and offensively.
Coach, with the COVID, whenever there's something negative that happens, there's always a blessing. And when you think about high school student athletes coming in, also the transfer portal, as well as JUCOs coming in, it gives young guys an opportunity to be a part of a team. Can you just talk about those three different phases, if you will, the high school players, the JUCOs, as well as the transfer portal, and even graduate transfers that can all come in and be a part of a football team?
Well, Mr. Hill, the big thing is with the COVID situation, it gave a lot of players fifth year opportunities and gave them an extra year. A guy like CJ Brooks, it kind of hurt him because a lot of guys didn't move. CJ's a Division I quarterback. There's no question about it. But by the eligibility for the extra kids to play, it actually hurt me in my house. My son was one of the top running backs in the country, but nobody moved. So with the COVID situation, that hurt a lot of kids, but it helped a lot of kids too. Some of our older guys who didn't have a real good season, or either wasn't able to have a season because of COVID. So it's it's on both sides. It's a double-edged sword with that situation. But based on that, we were able to go out and get some recruits. As far as some JUCOs, was able to get some transfers, actually get some high school seniors. So it's all going to play itself out. I mean, I think when a year or so, it'll all play itself out. If you look at the kid down the Rattler down at South Carolina, at Oklahoma, he was able to, the transfer portal is open up. It's a big can of worms now because kids can go in right now and play. A lot of kids didn't get in the transfer portal before this past year because you had to sit a year. But now that you're in the portal now, you can go out and play right now immediately. So it's changed the face of college football in a lot of ways, in good ways and bad ways. I think the young high school kids have suffered more than anyone from that situation. If you take a fifth-year senior or, take a couple of kids, sophomore or freshman coming in, it gives them an extra year to grow and get better. But the high school kid now is not that high commodity guy. I think our biggest thing now, you want somebody to win now. I mean, the pressure for head coaches to win in college or now, you can't, at one point, you bring high school kids in and develop them. But now if you can go out and get you a couple of transfers or come and get you a couple of JUCOs or, big time transfers, and that's what people are looking at. So, the COVID situation, it's a double-edged sword. Like I said, I really think the high school athletes suffered more than anyone in that COVID situation. But it's college football. You got to win. That's what it's all about.
Coach, NFL, and then you look at NIL. Guys that are student athletes have an opportunity for NIL, and ultimately one day they want to make it to the NFL. It's two different worlds. But just talk about, and you were able to play on Sundays, but just talk a little bit about NIL, and guys want to try to make a few dollars, if you will, during the process of being a student athlete.
But the NIL deal is a great situation for our kids, man. I mean, you got a lot of kids coming from homes that not well financially set, so it helps a kid an opportunity to make some money now, where in the past that a lot of institutions, if you looked at the big the bowl series. You know, a lot of kids make a lot of money. I mean, a lot of schools make a lot of money throughout the bowl series, but the kids don't get anything. So the NIL deal is a great deal now. I think we got a couple kids on our team. I think that Salah's got a deal working. A couple more kids. I can see the Brooks kid getting one, a good deal as well. So I think it's a great situation for our kids. I think now that you know, athletics, college athletics is just it's a multi-billion-dollar business. I mean, it is. If you look at bowl seasons, man, they have so many bowls now. They bring these kids in, they come into hotels, they pack these stadiums, they make a ton of money. So I'm glad to see the kid now getting the money they should get. So yes, I think that's a big plus for college football, especially for HBCU kids. I think it's going to be a great situation. And like I say, the colleges are making a ton of money. I'm happy for these kids, man. I think there's much money they can possibly make. I just don't want to get into a big bidding war and it takes it out the amateur, and then college football can turn into another. I think minor league football. What I mean by that, paid. You know, it's just so much money involved. I'd like it being an amateur sport now, and our kids being able to play and do those kind of things. But hey, man, these guys perform. We got our receiver core is one of the best I think in the country. I think we got some great young offensive linemen. We got some great guys on defense. So hey, I'm just happy to see them able to make money, man. I mean, they bring a ton of money in. I think our ball game on Friday night's gonna have a lot of people there. We're gonna go down and play Southern in the packed house. We'll go down and play at Citadel in the packed house. So I want our kids to, be able to make some money if they can. I mean, it's a good thing for them to be able to do that. I really think that's going to help college football a lot and a lot of kids.
Coach Newman, when you look at this Thursday night lights, if you will, Richmond, Virginia, you look at the Dragons and you look at Union, two football teams that will line up from scrimmage and face each other in front of a packed house of fans. HBCU football kicks off this Thursday night, September 1st. When you look into that particular concept, what are you looking forward to? Because the season, as they say, is here.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, James, that Virginia Union is a great football program down there. They've been around for years. Coach Parker's done a tremendous job there at the Virginia Union. As I told you earlier, they were in the conference when I actually played at Johnson C. Smith. You can't say enough about Panther football down there. They got a great brand new stadium on campus there. They got a brand new turf they put in last year. The pageantry there at Virginia Union, I mean, it's pride there. If you look at the basketball program, they've got quite a few NBA players. We're lucky and fortunate enough to be in there, going there and play with those guys, man. Like I said, Coach Parker does a tremendous job. But like I say, Virginia Union and VUL are sister schools. And Virginia Union actually came out of Virginia institution. It was actually a religious school, and then it kind of developed out into Virginia Union. So we have a lot of history together as two Black HBCUs. I think Virginia's got great football, and I think it's got great HBCU football. I think they got a great program down there, and we're fortunate and lucky enough to go in there and play them. And we're just super excited about the opportunity that we have to go in and play Coach Parker and this great football team he has down there. And like I said, we have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I'm just excited about these two institutions. This is not for football. This is the two fine institutions in the state of Virginia that's been around for a long time, both schools, and put out great graduates from both institutions. So it's just a super excited night for us to go in and play there on the first college football game at HBCU. That's opening night. So, man, we're just excited about an opportunity to go in there and play down in Richmond.
Coach Newman, you're blessed with a double opportunity, if you will. You're the athletic director as well as the head football coach. Talk about wearing two hats. You take one hat off and you put the other hat on. You take that hat off and then you put the other hat on. How challenging is it? And you know, it's a blessing to be able to have two different things going on. But talk a little bit about what that's like from your perspective.
Well, it's truly a blessing to be able to do both jobs. One of the reasons why I took a step down football wise is I always been the OC. Every year I've coached, I've been a head coach in the OC and a quarterback coach. It's allowed me to be the AD now, to step down far as doing so much football duties and run a well-run athletic program. Our president and board of trustees here have made a full commitment to athletics. That's the reason why I took the athletic director job, and I'm super excited about how well we'll do basketball, track, volleyball here. And I want to help our institution be one of the finest institutions in the country, athletic-wise. So it's been a big transition for me, but it's been a good transition for me. Offensively now, I'm running the whole football team and not just being the head coach and being the offensive coordinator. We got a young offensive coordinator in here who's doing a tremendous job for us. I'm real happy in what he's doing on offense. But as being the AD, it gives me a chance to build our program athletically from the ground up. And we got some great teams here and great coaches here. And I'm just super excited I got the opportunity to do that. One day I'm gonna have to step away from football and hopefully I can run an athletic program as well as I run a football team. So it's been a big transition for me, and it really has. But it's been a great transition for me. Seeing a young, like today, we had one of our top volleyball recruits come in, had a chance, excuse me, had a chance to spend time with that family, man. And I'm just happy to see VU athletics, Dragon athletics, just take off and go to the highest height we possibly can go. So it has been a transition, and some of my players look at me sometime and they know I've been the offensive coordinator and I kind of call plays and this and that, and they say, "Coach, you're kind of chilling now," and I'm glad I'm able to chill. So it's a good transition for me. I'm happy. I'm excited that they would think enough to want me to be the athletic director here, to to work our athletic program and get in the right direction where it needs to go. And not saying it's not in the right direction before I took it over, but a golden opportunity for me to put my handprint on helping this program. And God is good. And I think God opened up an opportunity and a chance for me to do that. So I'm super excited for it, this challenge.
Coach Newman, when you look at the city of Charlotte, North Carolina, and how near and dear that is to you, and you look at the history of HBCU football, and you look at the legacy and the opportunities you had to play as a student athlete, your brother, now your sons. Talk a little bit about some of the things your sons are doing down there as student athletes and what that looks like, and the opportunity for a transfer student, if you will, to go in and be part of that great legacy.
It's just truly a blessing. I mean, sometimes you can count your blessings. If you had asked me 30 years ago, would I have two sons, two fine sons, great young men, great God-fearing young men, but to be two of the best running backs in the country, and they decide to go to a HBCU and play at my old alma mater, man. I mean, I thank God every single day that I'm able to live and see that. Charlotte, as you say that, I mean, I love that city. I grew up in Charlotte. It's the Mecca. I mean, if you look at the CIAA tournament, it was there for several years. It just moved. And then to get a chance to see my two sons play in the same backfield like me and my brother did, and both of them run for 1,000 yards as we did our high school career, do that as well, run for 1,000 yards. They just went a little farther than we did for us. They actually played in the semifinals in the state championship. And now I talked to Coach Flowers, who's a good personal friend of mine at Johnson C. Smith, and the head football coach there. I actually coached Coach Flowers when I was there. I was the running back coach and assistant offensive coordinator, and now he's the head football coach there. And man, he just tells me he's delighted with both sons. You got one that runs between the tackles well. You got one that runs in space well. He's going to use them as a 1-2 punch. I'm not going to get a chance to see them play, but my spirit's there with them. So, hey, man, I mean, who gets this? Got a dad coaching an HBCU, a head football coach, Got two sons playing running back at the same institution that the dad went to. Man, God is good, man. I mean, I can't complain about anything, even though I don't get a chance to see them play in spirit. I'm with them there, and I really appreciate you giving me a chance to even talk about this. It's a blessing to even talk about my sons playing there at my old alma mater and getting a chance to coach here and do the things I'm doing. So thank you so much for this question that you asked me, because it's truly a blessing to even talk about it. I actually talked to my sons tonight. They're traveling tomorrow to West Virginia, and they're kind of both fussing about carries. I'm just like, hey, man, how many brothers get a chance to do what you guys did or doing? So, hey, man, thanks again for asking me that question.
Coach, when you look down your schedule, it's a Division I schedule. And when you look at your schedule, people don't know, are they in the MEAC? Are they in the SWAC? Where are they? What league are they in? Because it's so competitive. And there's even Presbyterian. And then you get some CIAA in there. Talk a little bit about your schedule, the league that you're in, the conference, the affiliation, if you will, and what that looks like. You go into Mumford at Southern, you'll see this defending national HBCU champions, Buddy Pugh and the Bulldogs at South Carolina State. I mean, there's no Saturdays off, and it's going to be a very talented and a very challenging season. But talk about this great opportunity for these young men that you have with dragons across their chest.
As you said it, I mean, it's amazing that you asked that question. A lot of people, kid me sometimes, Coach, are you in the MEAC? Are you in the SWAC? What are you in? Coach, are you D1? Are you D2? And we play in the National Christian College Athletic Association. And it gives us the ability to play these type of teams. And our kids are great football players. A lot of these kids are Division I players, didn't get the opportunity where they were and been overlooked. And so me as the head football coach, we'll play anybody. We look at opportunities. This is a great opportunity. We have everything in the world to gain and nothing to lose. And our kids, you're going to be amazed with how good our football team is and how good some of these players are. For me to take on this schedule that I'm taking on, had to feel good about our talent. I think we got a pretty good talent here. We got an opportunity to go out and play some people. We get better and better every week, even though we're playing stiff competition. And in order to be the best, you got to play the best. And that's just how much I think of our kids. I think a lot of our kids here. I think we got some great kids who've been overlooked, have not been given the attention they need to get. And this gives them a chance to get on a platform to play the best team. Buddy Pugh does a tremendous job at South Carolina State. They're national champions, Black College national champions. Hey, man, look, playing down at North Carolina Central, he does a tremendous job there. Morgan State, and you can just keep naming them. But at the end of the day, it's for our kids. It's to give them a chance and a stage to play on. And these kids deserve it. And I think our talent level is growing every year. And we got some amazing guys here. And I think the country's going to find that out. And like I said, we're not scared of anybody. We'll play anybody. That's the big part. And in order to be the best, you got to play the best. And I feel that's how much I think of my kids. I would not put my kids through this if I didn't think they could play it and do well. So yeah, it's a tough schedule. Yes, it's tough, but hey, that's what it's all about. College football, that's what it is. It's competition and showing that what you can do and how good you can be. And I think our kids are pretty darn good. And I'm pretty happy with our football team. We're growing. We're going to take some lumps, but we're going to be fine. But at the end of the day, I think our kids are going to grow and get better and better every day.
Coach, the challenges that HBCUs face economically, and you're trying to do right by student athletes, and sometimes resources aren't as plentiful as they are at some of the bigger schools, if you will, with more resources, PWIs. Can you talk about the challenge to be top tier human beings, provide a top tier experience, but at the same time, sometimes it's challenging because the resources aren't always there to do everything you want to do, and what that balancing act can look like?
I think your question was top tier playing some of the big schools and the resources. Yeah, we don't have the resources that other schools have, but we do get, we do have some guaranteed games we're able to get and able to give our kids a good experience. I think at the end of the day, the experience for these kids is the best thing. Financially, no, we're not a Alabama. We're not at a South Carolina State right now. We're not at Jackson State, but we do well enough to do what we need to do for our kids. We do get guaranteed games, and that's a good situation for our kids. That's what gives us an able to be able to play those games. Um, our facilities are getting better, and we're looking to grow and get better and better every year. And I think, but the biggest thing is an opportunity and experience to give these kids that we give them playing in some of these big games that we play in. So yes, the finance, it helps us a little bit with that, but we're super excited about opportunity. Hey man, that's at the end of the day, we get up every morning. Every man, every woman has an opportunity to do what they need to do with their life. We're looking to take advantage of it. We're fortunate and blessed enough to get the opportunity, and then we're looking to do the best we can with the opportunity we get. And I really, really believe our football team and our kids will get better, not only on the football field, but get better in life. Because, some of our kids going to get some big opportunities in life, whether they take advantage of them or not, that's based upon them. But opportunity is there for us. And the resources are there too, being able to help us with that. So, yeah, so we're super excited about any of those opportunities. We're going to go down, we're going to Presbyterian. It's a great facility down there. My son actually went to school there, transferred from there to Johnson C. Smith. I had a chance to go down 2 years and see some of the nice facilities they have there and some of the resources they have there. But at the end of the day, it's not so much about facilities and resources. It's about a family atmosphere that we have here with our kids, and we teach them, we're happy about what we have here. It may not be as big as some of the other places, but we're happy that we have the opportunity to go to school and get an education. Education is number one here, and athletics is second. So just to have the resource and opportunity to get an education, and an education lasts your lifetime. One play can be your last play. So, we're fortunate enough to get opportunities to do some things. So we're super excited about those.
Well, folks, there you have it. He is Tim Newman. He's the head football coach and the athletic director at Virginia University of Lynchburg, home of the Dragons. You will see them on the football field. Before you know it, they will be in Richmond, kicking off and lining up from scrimmage versus Virginia Union. I'm James Hill. You're watching James Hill Sports. We'll be right back.